But things have indeed seemed a bit quiet lately regarding Metaverse news, but rest assured that many companies are very hard at work developing the next best Metaverse experiences, which also entail new money-making opportunities. So in today's video, I'm not only going to go through some of the most promising upcoming mainstream projects, but also how you can get a head start not only in terms of making money in the Metaverse, but also investing in it. So with that, I'm going to start with Meta, formerly known as Facebook, right? Which, by the way, now is transitioning into focusing very much almost solely on a metaverse while maintaining a good presence on their social media platforms, allowing them to integrate the metaverse into these social media platforms being Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and also the Oculus, right? So the Oculus is their main VR headset or virtual reality headset, through which a lot of these virtual reality metaverse experiences are operating and will continue to operate in the future. So first of all, if you don't necessarily have a so-called Oculus Quest, which is their VR headset, that's okay because there are other ways and tools that you can use even without it. But first, I want to introduce a new software that's coming out called Horizon Worlds. It's actually rolling out. I think it's already in beta right now. So right now, it's actually opened up to US and Canada, right? So you can actually access it if you, I believe you do need a headset to use it, but it's like their new sort of metaverse that's accessed through the headset. And it's currently open to, again, people in the US and Canada, although it's still sort of in beta and will continue rolling out, across the rest of the world soon. And so the first meta opportunity is through their main metaverse, Horizon Worlds, which does have a set of developer tools if you're in the right regions to be able to access it, which you can then use to, make money as a freelancer or even access their creator fund, which, by the way, they have $10 million for their creator fund that they're actually, allowing people to, if you develop, different types of projects through Horizon Worlds, you can actually get a part of this fund, right, as you build stuff on it. And not only that, but you can obviously also access, freelancing opportunities where, for example, on Fiverr, which is the premier freelancing website where people list gigs online, right, and sell gigs. I've done so myself with other types of gigs, but anyway, for example, if I search up Horizon Worlds, you'll see that people already are sort of beginning to list services for this metaverse, right? For instance, the very first gig right here, the first ranking gig, they're charging starting at a whopping $150 and I've gotten at least 10 reviews already, which means they've made quite a bit of money just doing this. This is sort of a budding opportunity or like a newer opportunity, but there are definitely people who are starting to sort of list on here. But definitely it's one that has not seen as much competition yet, and as Horizon Worlds again begins to roll out across the world and leave its beta and sort of have more accessibility and more functionality and more demand, this will actually, in my opinion, have a very high chance of becoming a much more in-demand sort of gig and opportunity. And onto yet another piece of free software also developed by Meta, we have Spark AR, which, as its name implies, is used to develop AR opportunities. So this is augmented reality, which you can also use in sort of metaverse type experiences, integrating metaverse with real life, and also things like Instagram filters and other social media sort of applications, Instagram stickers, reels, videos, etc., right? So I've actually done a quick tutorial on this on my channel that I'll link below that you can check out. But essentially, the Spark AR software is not only free, but it also comes with tons of tutorials. So depending on the types of gigs, right? For example, if you're selling a type of gig, by the way, you can list up to 7. So you want to list different types of gigs or have one gig have like subcategories as well for doing different types of things, that could work. So depending on the type you want to pick and focus on, and what you know how to do, so you can sort of learn these different types of things step by step or bit by or one by one, you can actually pick the tutorial that you want to do and just follow along their tutorials, right? So for instance, if we just go to the Learn tab on the left here, you can actually just follow along. And not only that, but within the Spark AR software itself, they not only have these tutorials that you can also just follow along within the software to create whatever sort of AR 3D objects you want, right? And by the way, these can also be used for, metaverse, perhaps even NFT art in the future. So there's definitely a lot of applications for this, and also current applications as well, right? Again, for social media. So it's not just for the metaverse. But besides these tutorials, you can also check out their actual templates within their software that you can just build off of, like AR, masks, AR headpieces, AR like animations or whatever that you can just build off of, all for free. And just taking a very quick look at some of the freelancing opportunities offered on Fiverr, it is currently a little bit competitive if we search up AR filter with some gigs already being somewhat established. But I think Spark AR is somewhat uniquely positioned as well because it not only has a lot of current relevance, again in terms of like social media, augmented reality type filters and other applications, but it also has a lot of potential for Metaverse applications, right? And also integrations between Metaverse and like Web3 and also like reality, right? So like seeing, you know, virtual stuff in real life using AR. So there's definitely a lot of potential there, especially since Meta is a company that's going to be, you know, transitioning or is transitioning into Metaverse type experiences, right? So there's definitely a lot of ways that they could pivot and add features to Spark AR in the future. And on to the next Metaverse opportunity, and this one is actually specific and quite interesting compared to even the previous Decentraland video that I shared, which I'll link below by the way, which involves going into the Metaverse and playing like games and participating in some of the experiences to earn NFT rewards. So that is actually one way to sort of earn stuff, namely NFTs. Sometimes like there might be crypto drops as well, to my knowledge, but anyhow, I'll link that video down below. But essentially what you can do in Decentraland, another cool way to sort of profit, so to speak, off of Decentraland is to take note of some of the events that are showing up, especially ones that give you free NFTs. And the thing is, a lot of these free NFTs will be limited time and not only limited time only, right, but also limited in quantity in terms of the NFTs that they give out. So never again will they distribute those NFTs in the future. So you might have a chance, especially if Decentraland becomes more popular in the future, to have something somewhat rare, right, on your hands. So to do this, there's actually a website that you can visit called events.decentraland.org, where if you just scroll through it and look through some of the upcoming events, and this is always frequently updated. Well, you can also obviously look at some of the events, not only just the giveaway events, but there are even like games and other events you can participate and play in as well. So those might be able to earn you some rewards as well. But what we're looking at here is mainly for giveaways. So a lot of times if you just scroll through, and I'm just doing this like live sort of, well, as I'm recording rather, I didn't really look at this before the recording. So let's see if there are any giveaways that they're doing right now. If especially bigger companies host events, like previously there was like a fashion show type event on Decentraland where lots of large like fashion companies actually went on here, or like cosmetics companies actually went on Decentraland to advertise their products and NFTs, and they also did a lot of giveaways. So I actually did log on that time to just, you know, collect some of the NFTs that they were giving away while they were still available, right? Again, all those are always like in limited quantities as well.
A few moments later.
Alright, so here I actually did find an NFT giveaway on Decentraland. As you can see, it's dated May 5th, which is coming up. It's called Refuge, and this is actually to support Ukraine. And if we just go to the bottom here, it says that you can actually tweet an artwork with the, or tweet a photo rather, with the artwork. So you actually log into the game. By the way, the game's completely free. You can just access it with a MetaMask wallet, which is like a Chrome extension sort of wallet that you can always also get for free. You don't have to pay any crypto or whatever. So you can just, anybody can access Decentraland, but it's part of the beauty of it. Anyway, if you just go into Decentraland during the event, and if you take a picture with the, you know, NFT artworks that are on display in Decentraland during that time, you can actually get a free NFT as well. So clicking into the link, this is what the NFT will look like. Again, it's probably not the most flattering one, but it's not bound to Decentraland. There are some NFTs that are more Decentraland specific that you can wear on your avatar and whatnot, and also sell on the Decentraland marketplace itself. But this NFT looks to be more of an independent item NFT. So anyhow, you don't actually have to donate, even though it says, you know, they encourage you to donate for like their Ukraine fund. And they have a wallet address here. You can donate, and they will also, you know, thank you with the NFT if you do that. But you can also share the event, and that's also helping out, right? Sharing their relief efforts will also give you this NFT. So you can just follow these instructions. You can follow their, you know, their Twitter page, and also take a screenshot inside Decentraland, as you can see here, and then just tag the, you know, tag these hashtags, tag the Instagram page or Twitter page rather, and then put down your information and your wallet address. This is your crypto wallet, so they can actually give you that NFT, right? And that's all you have to do. Alright, and on to the next upcoming metaverse, and I won't spend too much time on this one because I've covered it quite extensively on my channel, but we have the sandbox, through which you can first of all create not only game experiences through their free game maker, and I do think it's quite intuitive and easy to use. And there's also, besides the game maker, there's also a Vox editor, which is used to create NFTs sort of in this 3D aesthetic, which I also think is really, really good. And both the game experiences and NFTs will likely be monetizable, as at least according to them, because they're still in the alpha right now, the sandbox metaverse that is, and they will still sort of roll out new features or make things more accessible to anyone coming up, right? So for this, you can actually go into the marketplace, look at some of the NFTs that are for sale, and it's very likely again that, you know, these NFTs that you create through these editors will be, you know, sellable on their marketplace. And not only that, but you can obviously do like freelancing opportunities through Fiverr, right? And even, you know, beyond that, there's also the alpha opportunities on the sandbox. So again, the sandbox is a free metaverse that you can access, but right now it's only open during like the alpha phases. So we recently just had alpha season 2, which I did play, and I did actually earn. If I just switch over to the, if I just switch my MetaMask real quick over to the Polygon network. So by the way, if you log in with MetaMask, you can actually switch between Ethereum and Polygon mainnets, where previously I was on Ethereum to access Decentraland, but now if I swap over to Polygon, you'll see that on the top right that I do have 95 sand tokens. So this is actually worth a few $100 US dollars right now in terms of the current value of sand tokens, which obviously can fluctuate. It has been a bit down lately, especially after the alpha ended. But I did get this completely for free, dropped into my my sandbox account just by playing through the season 2 alpha and completing all the quests within the alpha, right? And not only that, but I also received this like special bonus where if I participate in season 3, so again the previous one was season 2, if I do season 3, my NFT rewards or my rewards, whatever it is, will actually be increased because I completed season 2. So there's actually a perk in that as well, besides just earning the crypto. And I was also entered into a raffle for additional NFTs and sand tokens, but I did not win. But I did get the guaranteed reward of a few $100 worth of sand token, which I thought was really cool. So I also think you should, as such, I think it would be, you know, wise to pay attention to when season 3 will come out, because it will likely be a very similar, if not better, opportunity for that. Alright, and with that, I just want to get into some other mainstream opportunities for the metaverse, including investment opportunities. So first up, I already touched on Meta, previously known as Facebook, which actually has seen its stock price come down, relatively speaking, this year. And lots of different tech stocks have also become a lot cheaper compared to like late last year, so that could be something to take a look at. And I'm personally invested in a lot of these companies, which I'll get into one by one in just a bit. But first of all, Meta is obviously a huge player in the metaverse, and they're actually rolling out Horizon Worlds, their headset stuff obviously, and thus they have really, you know, good ways to sort of monetize their metaverse and make a lot of money that way. So investing in the company and also looking at some of the free software options or doing freelancing work in those could be a great opportunity in and of itself. And next up, Microsoft, I'm very much invested in as well in terms of its stock, and is another huge metaverse player to be looking at as well, because not only that, they're going to be acquiring Activision Blizzard, which is one of the premier AAA game developers out there. So they're going to be able to utilize their, not only their franchises, right, their IPs, intellectual properties, but also allow their game making expertise in developing actually fun and engaging and immersive metaverses, which I believe will be crucial in this, you know, upcoming battle amongst technological titans companies for dominance in the metaverse. And speaking of which, previously I touched on Decentraland and the Sandbox, right? Currently they might be somewhat popular, and even large brands are indeed advertising and buying land within those metaverses, but in my personal opinion, that's more of a temporary thing, in my opinion at least. And I don't think in the future they're going to be able to compete as well against some of these tech giants, especially given how their platform and the software itself that supports their metaverses are built upon, the foundations are just not good. The gameplay is not fun. There aren't a lot of great social functions within these metaverses that warrant them being metaverses. For example, you can just log onto YouTube, chat, or like live stream through Twitch for an even better social experience if you wanted to do that. So in my opinion, the Sandbox and Decentraland and other similar metaverses like crypto voxels as well are not going to do as well in the long run compared to these large tech giants. But if you do believe in them, and there could still be some potential, especially with so much investments from like mainstream companies and large companies and celebrities even in these metaverses, there could still be some potential for them. So if you do believe in them, there are the cryptos associated with each of these metaverses, right? Decentraland has the mana token, the sandbox has a sand token, and both of these, well, either of these will go up in value should both of these metaverses become even more popular than they are right now. And coming back over to Microsoft, besides acquiring Activision Blizzard, the gaming company, they're also developing AR glasses or VR or metaverse glasses, so to speak, called HoloLens, which is expected to be rolling out sometime soon in the future. And aside from that, another large competitor is Google, another company I own several shares in. This is also, in terms of its stock price, been beaten down rather fairly recently, so that could be an opportunity. Again, this is not financial advice though, but I do, for transparency, I do own some shares of Google because I do believe in them for the long run, not only for metaverse stuff, but for like YouTube and being able to grow their like search engine and ad platform and such. Anyhow, with Google, they already have sort of augmented reality glasses experience with the Google Glass several years ago, which has been discontinued. But moving forward, they're definitely developing new versions of that for the metaverse. And being Google, being what they are, I really think that Google will definitely want a piece of this metaverse pie as well. And finally, last but not least, and this is sort of a wildcard player in the metaverse, and I also do own a lot of shares in this company. In fact, it's my second largest holding in my portfolio. We have Nvidia, which does have its own confirmed metaverse, but I say it's a wildcard because it's not really a metaverse in the traditional sense for like socialization or sort of replacing real life experiences. But what they call the Omniverse, by the way, their version of the metaverse, is more for like work related, or more specifically, real life simulations and prototyping of products, factories, production lines, cars, physics, and science, and just industrial type applications. But there's a ton of potential for this, in my opinion, more for like company industrial use, but you can still access their software for free. You can learn it through their free tutorials, and I'm sure in the future it'll become a huge player. And if you master it, the software, it'll actually have a lot of opportunity, in my opinion, because of the people who are going to be willing to pay for these services through the Omniverse are going to be more like companies and profit-driven entities, right? As opposed to like individuals for like socialization and gaming. And that is pretty much all I wanted to share with you guys in today's video. Remember, you can check out my free YouTube course in the description box below, and also a premium version with 2 free video lessons that you can watch without having to enter any sort of information. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.